What's our ready? This Karen and Ray, so as soon as the obsessed sports gamer, the O.C.G and Glam live with Resident Evil 4. I was playing Separate Ways, but I decided to jump back to the end because I fucked up and I had to replay chapter Separate Ways.
You look like you've got something to say.
I have something to ask you. But I don't think I'll get a straight answer. Raccoon City. You know, after the incident, the world changed. Try to save one person, 100 others die. I guess I changed too.
You? Leon S. Kennedy. You haven't changed. You just think you have.
So here's my question. Have you changed, Ada? Or are you just trying to use me again?
What do you think? We're here. Don't think too hard, handsome. See you later.
Story of my life. Look at all these busy bees. I better watch my step if I don't want to get stung. Ashley. There you are. Spotlights. Let's avoid those.
Or you can see that spotlights. Yeah, you can. That's cool.
I have something I think you'll like. Welcome. I got something new for you. Why not try your hand at a new gun, stranger? Might save your life. Bigger is better, as they say. Or at least I thought so when I was a lad. Anything else I can help you with? We like our herbs, we do. Heal a man, kill a man, they do it all. In for a bit of rubbish collection, stranger? Finders keepers, that's what I say. Will that be all then? Good as new, easy work, pleasant travels. Why not treat yourself, mate?
Damn it. Out of the way.
Can we go back to being friends? Okay.
Propia medicina.
Shit, I need to charge my phone.
rocket launcher?
¡Cubierto!
This isn't good.
¿Dónde crees que...?
This where they're keeping Ashley? Doesn't look like I can get in through here. Need to find another way.
Here sounds like Clockwork Custodian. Okay. They hit that one really well, I have to admit.
Won't open.
Sé que estás haremos. Y no sales.
I really love the fact you can see the knife degrade in real time. It's worked down in such a cool detail.
Ashley! Ashley! Come on, Ashley, wake up! Shit!
Hang in there. door's jammed.
Sorry, 1 second. Oh yeah, sure. Where the fuck? Oh, there it is. Just the tip, she says. What actually winds up getting taken.
Why not treat yourself, mate? Welcome. Ooh, what you buying? A deal well struck. Thank you. Valuables won't do you much. That's good work, if I do say so myself. Got a selection, come back. Any welcome. Oh, I knew you'd choose that one. Good instinct, stranger. Don't get... Get yourself killed now.
Wait. Fuck your glass, bitch.
Christ. What kind of experiments are they doing here?
Bad ones. Really, really bad ones.
Fuck are you? Doing okay?
Oh my god. How can we go back to being friends? I forgot about the LE5. New submachine gun they added just for this game. It's significantly slower and takes less ammo, but it has the benefit of being one, armor penetrating, and two, and then also being able to have a scope on it.
Shit, again? We'll see you. Keep our lock.
Vas a probar tu propia medicina. ¡Sé que le he encontrado! ¿Dónde crees
God, that's creepy.
Need a wrench to get this open.
Oh shit! Seriously? God, the way they crawl across the floor is fucking nightmare fuel. Oh shit, I got a twofer. Shit, I forgot to get the part back out of the machine.
Ashley. Shit. You're gonna be okay.
Leon?
Sorry I'm late.
No. Thank you. You brought the medicine just in time.
Can you stand?
Where's Luis?
He was worried about you. Till the end. Come on. We don't have much time. Let's get rid of these things.
For Luis.
Nita, come in. There's a lab where we can remove the parasites. Had a crazy hunch that you'd know where it is.
Their most important facilities are housed in their sanctuary at the top of the mountain. That's where I'd look.
Nita the encyclopedia.
Happy to help. Now you owe me.
Could you give me a boost?
got it?
Duh.
I'm counting on you.
Pretty much a master of unlocking.
I have something I think you like. Welcome. Well then, what can I do you for? Give that the care it deserves, mate. Come back anytime.
That did it.
You have a knack for this, friend. 3, 2, 1, begin!
You got this, Leon. Shot. Don't just shoot everything.
You're an artist, mate.
Any better?
Alright. 3, 2, 1, begin!
Show 'em what you got. That was awesome. Don't just shoot everything. Good shot.
That's the stuff!
Yeah, 3 at once.
That's it! Keep up that pace! Grab all reload! That's the stuff! Brilliant! Double kill! Triple kill! Double kill! Triple kill! And that's the game!
Awesome. That was like something you'd see at the fair. It reminds me of being a kid.
What, like 2 years ago, Ashley?
Welcome. What can I interest you in? Well, I can certainly do some play. Isn't trap welcome? Next time then.
Awesome. Let's find another way.
wait. Where's...
Voy a bañarme en vuestra sangre.
Sweet.
Look at you.
Nice.
Back up!
No problem.
On me.
Okay.
Okay, I think I know how I'm gonna do this.
Be careful.
And I just immediately fucked myself. God, give me a break.
Be careful.
Get fucked.
Won't open. Here, hold this down.
Got it.
Fuck you. Hey, bro.
Not bad, right? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's right, that's right.
Twisty sucker. Shit. Present for you. Ashley! You okay?
Yeah.
I knew it. Smells pretty bad. You okay?
Yeah. Before this one killed me, though.
We go at the same time, yeah?
Got it. Yeah.
Stay here.
Hey.
Shit, miss the emerald. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. They turn into the Iron Maidens now. I totally forgot about that. That's really cool. Oh, hey, it's good to see you, dude. About to see one of the creepiest monsters in video game history. And how Resident Evil 4 Remake managed to make them even creepier. See, I'm sure you've heard about the regenerators.
Hide!
No problem.
But they are the most, like, shit your pants enemies in probably Resident Evil history. Like, they're notorious. And they are fucking nightmare fuel. Hold on a second. See, I have stick drift on the right stick. Piss me off. Thankfully, it's not too bad. It only happens when I stop moving the stick. When I actually playing the game, it's not that bad. Still bothers me, though. I don't think it's major stick drift. I think it might actually be dust. I'm going to try to take a needle sometime soon and get in there gently. But, they're these big fucking alien-looking dudes. With glowing red eyes. And saggy long bodies, dude. And they fucking, they have this distinctive sound that became, like, synonymous with this game where it's like, people can tell you, yeah, people will tell you, anyone who's played Resident Evil 4 all the way through knows the sound they make. To the point where they literally, when they did the remake, you know, they redid all the dialogue with new cast. They did not reuse any, they reused the sound effects from the original game. Because you did not replace that. It's this... and it's fucking creepy. Okay, dude? And they can stretch their arms out to, like, Mr. Fantastic to grab you. They can regenerate limbs. But a lot of the time, they have, like, they have specific spots you have to hit to stop them from regenerating. And a lot of the time they're on their back, so you have to knock out their legs. You think they would be depowered on their legs. they start going like this and hopping across the ground. Like like hopping 10 feet into the fucking air and start slithering like a snake on the fucking ground. They might actually be worse on the ground. And then they literally will sit there and bite Leon's fucking neck. Well, later on in the game, you fight one that's even worse called the Iron Maidens. They're like the Regenerators, but fucking huge metal spikes pop out of their body. And they found a way to make that even worse in this game. Hold on. See it? Look at them. They're fucking nightmare fuel. But that sound. See, I mean, look at them. Like, Resident Evil has some fucked up monsters. They really fucking outdid themselves with these. Even their wrinkly fucking skin, dude. But watch. See, you have to hit them. You get a scope, a bioscope that lets you see, like, thermal imaging. But first, I'll kick out its leg. Well. At least I thought it was. There we go. See? Look at that. Slithering across the ground like a goddamn snake. That is fucked up. But then, just when you think it can't get any worse, they threw an extra surprise in there. You'll see. So they blow up, right? Except, nope. Some of them now turn into the fucking iron ones. See?
You stubborn son of a bitch.
Look at that. Their skin gets all fucking hard and flaky. And, like, bloody. And spikes protrude out of them. Okay? So, in the original game, they were separate variants. You would fight some that had spikes in them, and some that didn't. So the first time you're playing the game, and you kill one, and then you think you kill one, right? You think you kill one, and then it starts reassembling into the spiked one. I nearly shit my pants, because that's brand new. That really caught me off guard. And they added one more trick, just to fuck your day up even more. You'll see, hold on. Wait for it. Now when you kill them, they fucking explode.
Jesus. Cuddly bastard.
Okay? So now when you kill them, you also now have to duck for fucking cover because they pepper the area up. Okay? So, like, the Regenerators were already a bitch. They made them even worse and even more nightmare fuel in the remake.
You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm good.
I'm trying to get all the collectibles. And that's what's made this game so fucking great, man. The remake. They just took everything that was fucking awesome about the original game, and they just turned it up, like, with a fine-tooth comb. I can't think of, like, a single thing where I'm like, oh, this is worse. Like, and usually it's a lot better. Like, they greatly improved the depth. Hold on. Okay.
Get that lever.
Hang on. Okay.
And then, oh man, this scene is something else. So you're about to see another one of those holy shit scenes they added. I fucking love.
No power.
Get this for me.
Leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at this stuff.
Originally, in the original game, you fought Regenerator here with Ashley, and that was already scary enough trying to fight it with her in open no cover to hide her in. But they made it worse. Oh, you'll see, and they created a singular moment. I remember this whenever I think about this game. So, they separate you from Ashley. As you saw, she had to hold the bridge. And then, they throw a bunch of goons running after Ashley to get her. And while you're trying to get her, they throw a fucking regenerator at you. That is fucking diabolical.
Ashley, damn it!
Please stop. Leon, help.
I'm trying to get to you, Ashley. Nope, I think... Oh, hold on, I already fucked up. Hold on, I got this. And the island is the part of the game that got the most expansion and changes from the original. In the original game, people liked the island, but they thought it was the weakest part of the game because they thought they went too far into action. Because for most of RE4, it rides a very tight line. And not that there wasn't scary parts. I mean, for God's sake, the island has a generator. But there would be like a part where you're using turrets while a helicopter gives you support. And like you're in a car protecting it as Ashley drives, where they thought it went too far into the horror. Or away from the horror. So the island is the part of the game that they tweaked the most to have more horror in it. Like shit like this.
Ashley, damn it! They keep coming.
It really just depends on what I'm looking for and why. I think in terms of the scariest monster, it's 4. I think 4 has the scariest like monster types. The fucking first time you see the chainsaw guy, you're like, what the fuck? The El Gigante, the fucking Regenerators. It has to be one of the scariest monsters in any game I've ever seen. Like, for real. All-time great creature design. That's why, like, they added on to it, but they didn't really redesign the wheel, because, I mean, it was perfection. So in terms of, like, creatures and shit, I would say 4. In terms of, like, the Dread, I would say the original 3. Because Nemesis will chase you through most of that game. And he's the only enemy in the entire classic series that will chase you through zones. So normally, if a zombie's here, and you go through another door, you're safe till you go back to the area. He will chase you through doors. He's the only one that will do that. And he runs faster than you. And in the original Resident Evil 3, he's not scripted. There are some parts where he's scripted to appear, but every time you go through an area, there's a random chance the game rolls the dice that he will pop up. Okay? So he is basically constantly on your fucking ass in Resident Evil 3. And just the fact that it's not, just the fact that it's not scripted, that he could just randomly pop up and ruin your fucking day, and you can't really fight him. You've got to fucking haul ass and you have to get at least 2 zones away from him. Because he'll follow you into 1 zone, but if you can get 2 zones away, he'll temporarily break the chase. So when you see him, you need to drop what you're doing and fucking run. It's terrifying. Like I said, you start to realize every time you open a door, he could be there. For like 80% of the game, he could just randomly pop up and, you know, you're just sitting there walking through doors, stars, and then he comes running because he runs. So before you even have the chance to figure out what's happening, he's on your ass. And that just like that constant feeling of literally he's right on you for 80% of the game, that every door, he could be behind every door, is fucked up. Yeah. Exactly. And the most that you can do is temporarily damage him enough to get him to stop following you one time. Then he'll come right back. So you technically can fight back, but you really shouldn't, because what are you going to do? You're going to slightly delay him and waste all your ammo? So you can be like, oh, hey, I need to go to this area. And then, oh, nope, now I got a detour to get away from him trying to fucking tentacle rape me. And, you know, then he's got this super iconic, stars, stars. He's super memorable. Yeah, both are great, yeah. Outlast is fantastic. Soma's really good too. That's why I think you'd like the Amnesia games, because they're made by the same dude. Same team, literal same team, same engine. Amnesia is more like set in the 1800s, but it's the same principal gameplay, same type of atmosphere, and a lot of commonalities. So if you like Soma, I think you'd like the Amnesia games. And a lot of them are really cheap. There's 4 of the Amnesia games. The Dark Descent, Justine, which is a smaller game, Machine for Pigs, and Rebirth. And they're all good. And you can usually get them for dirt cheap. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, The Bunker. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was saying this. I'm sorry, 5 games in. The Bunker. The Bunker's really good, too. And in The Bunker, they actually changed it. You get a gun. And hand grenades and shit. The Bunker is totally different kind of vibe. And that has that whole pursuing enemy. For most of that game, you can do the map in any order. They drop you in a bunker, and they tell you, okay, in order for me to get out of this bunker, I need this, 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 and this. And you can do it pretty much any order, and he is chasing you throughout. And then, once again, it's World War I in a fucking German bunker. And it's got some really spooky shit in it. It's great. The Bunker's great. I played it. I've beaten it. I've beaten every Amnesia game. And I need to play through Soma. I own Soma. I played through parts of it. I haven't played through the whole game. Back in the day, I got the plot spoiled for me from YouTubers and Let's Plays. Everybody and their mother was fucking spoiling the game, so that kind of made me kind of get away from it, but I do need to go through Soma and finish it. Because they're, I can't remember the fucking name of it, Alex. but they're doing a follow-up to Soma this year. The same team. It's not called Soma, it's called something else, but they just showed that at the last Game Awards. Yeah. And it looks fantastic. And it's basically Soma 2. Science fiction, you know, and I think they're actually bringing in elements of Amnesia the Bunker. Because it looks like you're actually going to have guns and weapons in this, so it's like Soma with guns. It looks pretty sick. But yeah, like I said, I own it. I wanted to play it. It just got... The whole plot got spoiled for me, and it took a lot of the wind out of the sail because a lot of Soma is figuring out what's going on. And it wasn't like I wanted to watch a YouTuber play it. It kind of got, like, you know, spoiled for me, so... Back in the day, people were literally broadcasting the ending on YouTube and shit. It's real lame. But, yeah. I do need to play it. But I've played and beaten all of the Amnesia games. And they're phenomenal. But I think you'd really like The Bunker. And Outlast, I've played and beaten all the Outlast games. Well, no, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I have not played Outlast Trials. And I probably am not going to, because it's like a survive together... it's like a survive together... co-op game. It's not like a proper Outlast game. It's a spin-off. I'm not really interested in that. That's not what I like come to play Outlast for. You know what I mean? It's not like the other games. I'm still waiting for an Outlast 3, like an actual Outlast 3. Which they have said they just because they're doing trials doesn't mean they're not doing 3. So I hope they're currently cooking Outlast 3 right now while they're still updating trials. Yeah. It is cheap. None of the Outlast games, Alex, none of the Outlast games have been full price, ever. They've always been made on a modest budget, so they've always charged a smaller fee. But it's just like, I'm glad that it's affordably priced, but it just doesn't interest me. You know, it's like a co-op, like, wave game, where you're running through obstacle courses with friends. That's just not what I'm looking for from Outlast game. Like, it looks okay, but it's... Oh shit, here we go. Yeah. There's thermal sights in the original game.
Do not touch me.
You need the thermal sights to see the Plagas. The remake does expand the weapon that you can put them on. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh shit. Get cover. That's the way you see their Plagas. So, like they tell you, it's more of a plot thing. What they did in the remake was they upgraded the amount of weapons you could use it on. In the original game, you could only use the thermal scope on the rifles. So it basically made you use the rifle for the regenerators. They added several weapons like this machine gun right here. You can put the scope on that and use it. So now you have more options on what you put the thermal scope on. But the thermal scope was always in the original game, so... For the most part, they kept this game as is. Well, they were very careful to not ruin the original game's vibe. That's what I mean. Most of the time when you play this game, there's not that many entirely brand new areas. Because they just expanded every area. So, like, rather than, like, we're going to make a bunch of new stuff, it's instead, well, people already really, really, really like Resident Evil 4, so we're just going to take what's already there and we're going to make it better, which, honestly, I think was the right choice. I mean, there's some new areas that are in here that are cool, but for the most part, it's more adding on to what was there and adding it on in a good way. Adding more layers, more complexity, more stuff in it, you know? And I can't really complain.
Thanks.
Welcome.
And that's why, even though technically speaking, this game doesn't add a whole lot of new areas, this game is about 2 to 3 times the size of the original game. Because they may not add a whole lot of brand new areas, but every area is a lot bigger now with more shit in it. I mean, that's really just subjective, Alex. The overwhelming majority of people will tell you that the remake is better. I will tell you that I personally think the remake is a better game. From somebody that absolutely loves the first game, that has literally played it and beat it, 100%ed it, beat it on the hardest difficulty, got everything there was to get, I've owned a Resident Evil 4 on pretty much every single fucking system it was made for. Okay? Played it at launch back in the day. I used to have my dad used to have the collector's tin that came for the GameCube version. That was beautiful, big, red steel tin. Awesome. Got ruined when we moved. Whatever. I played it on PS2. I played it on GameCube. Or Wii. I played it on fucking 360. Like, I have played the shit out of Resident Evil 4. And I ultimately prefer the remake. Because, like I said, it keeps everything that was good about the original, and it adds a lot of shit on top. But, as for why somebody would prefer the original, it could be nostalgia. I wouldn't discount that because this game is such a big part of people's childhoods. Mine also. Nostalgia doesn't really have that much of a sway on me. But some people are really heavily swayed by nostalgia. I mean, definitely, there'll always be a soft spot for me for games, but I will still acknowledge their faults. Like, some people, what I mean is, like, that are really ate up by nostalgia, like, literally, I liked this game when I was a kid, therefore it has no problems whatsoever, and if you say anything bad about this game, fuck you. That's what I mean, like, when you're, like, blinded by nostalgia. And then some people, prefer the more action-oriented approach to the original. Some people, prefer the original game being more action-oriented because some people thought that there was not enough horror in the original 4, so they greatly added on to the horror aspect, but they didn't lessen the action. They just added more horror, okay? So it's not that, well, now we have more horror, so we have less action. It's no, we kept the same amount of action, but we threw more horror in the blender with it. So you still have everything you had before, but you got this on top. But some people just like the more action-oriented approach of 4. It's still not action. It's not like RE4 is not like RE6, but this game, on the whole, is a lot scarier than the original game. They focused on that, especially in the island, where, like I said, you would get parts where, like, you're literally having, like, a defend the car kind of thing where you're firing out of the back of a truck that Ashley's driving. And they replaced it with shit like this. So, some people that. And then, as you said, you know, the original 4 had a certain vibe. And while they have tried to stick very close to the spirit of the original, so you can definitely tell this was done with reverence, there's different voice actors for the remake. They has the certain color palette in the original game. So, some people prefer it aesthetically. And I can definitely see that. But as for me, I personally prefer the remake. Because what they did was, like I said, they didn't get rid of the action. They just added more horror on top. So it's like, we kept everything you liked on the sandwich, the lunch meat, but now we added some awesome cheese. There now being cheese there doesn't get rid of the lunch meat underneath. You see what I'm saying? The horror didn't come at the expense of the action. It was added with it. And on top of which, they took elements from the other Resident Evil games. The team that did this game first cut their teeth on Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I believe I've said before, and that was a fucking phenomenal remake. And had Leon. And that was the reason why RE4 got remade, basically, because so many people were impressed with their remake of Resident Evil 2. They're like, well, you should also probably remake 4 because it has Leon as well. You already done such a big up job with 2. And that's why Capcom pitched them the idea to do it. It was not the plan to remake 4. It was never always the plan. But after 2 came out and it became the highest selling game in the series, I still think it actually is the highest selling game in the series 2 remake, which is an accomplishment. They're like, okay, we can see the potential for an RE4 remake now. Yeah, exactly. So they're like, now that people love this 2 so much and you play as Leon, they're like, we could see the potential for an RE4 remake. But they insisted on getting the team that did the 2 remake to do it. Because they didn't want to at first. The team initially refused to make this game. Because the hype behind RE4 is so high that they were afraid that they would let people down. And like the higher-ups at Capcom basically talked them into it because they're like, well, if anybody could remake this, it should be you guys because you just fucking nailed the last game with Leon. And I think that is a major reason why this game is so good. Because it's not that they hated the idea of Resident Evil 4. It's that they understood the gravity of what they were doing. Some people will come in and they'll take this beloved franchise and they'll like, oh, what is this? It's just some other game to me. And they won't treat it with the respect it deserves. Resident Evil 4 is a cultural fucking sensation. Okay, people who don't even know about Resident Evil know about Resident Evil 4. People who have never played Resident Evil know about fucking Resident Evil 4. And it didn't just change Resident Evil, it changed gaming, like I explained. It's like a key moment in gaming history. It changed all of gaming. And so many people love Resident Evil 4, the original Resident Evil 4, that it is literally one of the highest rated games of all time ever. And I think it is still the highest rated RE game. So, when you take on a game to remake it, and not just remake it, reimagine it, because this is not just like the same game but better graphics. Everything was rebuilt. The overall core mechanics with the knife fights, the gunplay, all that was rebuilt. This wasn't like RE1 Remake, where I love RE1 Remake, but they kept the same game there. You understand? Like, they kept the core gameplay, fixed camera, auto-aim. This was more than just a remake with graphics. This was literally rebuilding it to modern standards, which is a lot riskier. If you're going to do that, if you're going to take a game and you're going to bring it up to modern standards like this, a game as beloved as this, you have to have the proper level of respect for what you are doing. Okay? Because to remake a game like this is an immense amount of pressure. Doing it good would not be good enough. It is so legendary that just doing a good job would still be considered a fucking piece of shit disappointment by people. That is the thing when you have a game that's so legendary, good is not good enough. You absolutely have to hit it out of the fucking park or why bother? And that's why they didn't originally want to do the remake, because the pressure was so much. They're like, well, if we fuck this up, they're going to eat us for breakfast. The fan base is going to have us for dinner. But I think that respect was a key component because they're like, okay, guys, we can't fuck this up. And they were very careful on reverence. Whereas most people, they'll remake a modern IP and whatever, and they don't see the importance of it. So they just treat it like a toy. and usually fuck it up. That's where you get the bad modern remakes. From people who didn't understand the original, who don't have any respect for the original. You can clearly tell that the people who remade this game played the fucking original, they liked the original, and they understood why other people liked the original. So many times you'll see like a modern movie remake that's fucking garbage. You're like, did you even watch the original? Do you even understand why people liked it? You can clearly tell that the people who made this were fans. And that caution of, let's make sure we don't fuck this up is why this remake ended up so good. And the fact that it wasn't done just for profit. Like I said, the plan was never to make this. It wasn't, okay, we got to remake Resident Evil 4, guys. It was once they saw how good 2 was. They're like, well, Leon is in 4, so... And they saw the potential. Because they're like, man, if the team could do this, if this team could fucking crush RE2 so much, they should do 4. That was what it was. It wasn't made from okay, guys, we've got to make some money off RE4. And they didn't rush it. They didn't meet the game's original deadline. This game came out in 2023. The first game came out in 2025, so it wasn't like some rushed anniversary thing. They gave them the time to make it. They literally told them it's done when it's done. So they gave them years to cook. I believe, about 5 years to make this. Because it was January of 2019, and this was March, April of 2023. And so over 4 years, closer to 5 years. So they gave them the proper time they needed to remake this. Right. And one of the ways they did that is by adding some of their own special sauce to the recipe, dude. That's why this game is so good, because they took a lot of elements. Yeah, no, for sure. They took a lot of elements from RE2 Remake. They used the same look for Leon. Obviously, he's older. He's more wizened, but it's the same face model. It's the same actor. They took some of the nice shit. They took backtracking that they had from RE2 and the classic games. So it's like they took everything that was good about RE4, and then they added other good stuff from other good Resident Evil games into the pot. And so I think they just did a phenomenal job. Like I said, I went into this thinking, okay, this is probably going to be good. I like the second remake so much. Capcom has been crushing it. The last 4 Resident Evil games have ruled. This will probably be good, but I probably won't prefer this to the original game. And I wound up eating my words, and like I said, I prefer this to the original game. Obviously, you should still play the original, so you can really appreciate every single way that they improved it. Because, with a fine-tooth comb, there's so many little touches where most people wouldn't even notice it. But you'll play the original game, and then you'll play the remake, and you're like, oh my god, that's such a cool little tweaks that they made. And there's a million of those. So, you can play this without playing the original, but you'll appreciate it a lot more if you play the original. But I honestly prefer this to the original game. They just consistently took everything that was good, they brought it up to modern standards in a good way, not for modern audiences, and then added a bunch of stuff from the other Resident Evil games that I already liked. But the original game always had a spot in my heart. And, that's another thing. That is why Capcom is the GOATs. They did not replace the original Resident Evil 4. The original Resident Evil 4 is readily available. Hold on. Let me think about that and get back to you. The original Resident Evil 4 is openly available on every storefront, even to this day. PC, Steam, PS3, PS4, Switch. A lot of other game companies would be coming out with a remake, and they're like, let's take the original down. No. So they have a perfectly good version of the original game if that's what you want to play. It's 1080p, 60 FPS. The original game is 30. But you can't really complain about 60 FPS. It's fucking 60 FPS. First time I played the original RE4 in 60, I was like, oh my god, because for the longest time it was locked to 30 because a lot of those older games, they tied their the game's logic to the frame rate, so they couldn't just up the frame rate without breaking the game. So then they finally, when they brought it to PS4, and Xbox One for the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil back in 2016. They finally went in and they had to recode the game to work at 60. But oh my god, it's a huge improvement. But other than that, it's the exact same fucking game. Here's the same game that you know and love, the old game, original, 1080p, 60 FPS. But I know there are actually purists who are like, I just prefer... Yeah. Well, it's because a lot of those older games, Alex, tied their logic to frame rate. They've now stopped doing that, thankfully. So you can play it to whatever fucking frame rate. Because it also hurts you if you have lag. It makes the game slower. Well, other games, even if there's lag, the logic of the game speed isn't affected. So it was an old practice, and I'm glad they stopped doing it, but RE4 was one of those. So they had to actually put quite a bit of work in to get the original. But that's what I'm saying. Other than the fact that it's now 60 FPS, they literally, any platform that you can play RE4 Remake on, you can play the original fucking game. So Capcom has, okay, we have this new remake for you, but you know, the original is always there. So I really respect them for not doing that. It's the same thing with like people bitching about Delta, Metal Gear Solid Delta. It's like, I prefer the original, okay? Play that then. The Master Collection. Just play that then and shut the fuck up. You have like no fucking excuse, okay? It's not like, man, I don't like the remake. I wish I could play the original, but the original isn't on a platform. No, like, the original Metal Gear Solid 3 now is like on every modern platform. Switch, PS4, Xbox, PC. And then you go back a generation, it was on PS3 and the 360. So, and they just updated it. So they're literally still updating the game, which we talked about, but I'm saying Konami also took a page from Capcom's book there. So, like, people are like, well, I prefer the original. Okay, can you shut the fuck up then and go and play that then? Like, I get that you prefer the original, but, like, a lot of people like Delta, and, like, you can let us like it in peace and not sit there and say, we better. Fucking hate people like that, dude. It's one thing to give your opinion. It's another thing to try and piss on somebody's parade. Like, anytime somebody, like, I'm in a Metal Gear group on Facebook, and half the time somebody brings up Delta, I prefer the original, okay? So somebody can't even bring up Delta. Somebody can't even bring up Delta, and you don't fucking have to bring up the original. And I'm not talking about, Alex, where somebody makes a post saying, which one do you prefer? Because that's opening discussion. You're literally saying a competition. I'm saying somebody will post like a screenshot of Delta. And they're just trying to show off a cool screenshot, and it's like, well, the original's better, okay? Why did you need to bring that on this post then? You go play that then. Let us play that. You know what I mean? It's dumb. Like, you should be able to enjoy what you like without pissing on what I like. You know? Stop pissing on my parade, dog. But yeah, so... They are, yeah. The Metal Gear Solid community can be pretty pretentious. Not as bad as Silent Hill, thank God, but still pretty bad. Although that's not really setting the bar very high. It's not hard to be better than the Silent Hill fan base. But the Metal Gear Solid community is usually pretty decent. Every now and then you'll get somebody come in there. Well, actually, this is what Kojima really meant. Even though half the time Kojima's like, it ain't that deep, dog. Like, yeah, and that's why I love Kojima. Because they're like, well, actually, Kojima putting a hot girl in the game was him trying to talk about the standards of beauty. And then Kojima be like, I put a hot girl in the game because I like hot women. It's not that deep, bro. Like, you're reading it, it's like Kojima just like, I just like hot blonde women. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But yeah. I'm sorry, looping back to your question, you were talking about the bare minimum. It really just depends, Alex, on what you want. If you're talking about the bare minimum, it depends. If you're talking about like all the, yeah, I'm so tired of hearing about him with the feet shit. That is such like a dumb thing. Like I understand it's like a funny joke, but there are people out there, Alex, that actually somehow think that Kojima has an actual foot fetish. He doesn't. Okay. Like, you know, he literally, in Metal Gear Solid, it happened with Metal Gear Solid 5 because Stephanie Houston, I'm not sure how you say her name, she's Swedish, who plays Quiet, said that Kojima scanned her feet, and people thought, oh, he must like her feet. He scanned her feet because she's barefoot. Okay? So it wasn't that he liked feet, it's due to him being a notorious perfectionist. So people are here thinking he's Quentin Tarantino for video games, and really, I honestly don't think he has a thing for feet. I think it just has a thing with, he's a perfectionist. So if your feet are on display, he's going to scan them. Like, he is notorious for being a stickler for details. And, like, if he had a thing for feet, you would have seen it a lot sooner. How many fucking games has he done in Metal Gear? And then he gets to MGS5, and he now I have a thing for feet? Okay, so we didn't have anything for feet in MGS 1, 2, 3, 4, Peace Walker. If anything, you could say that he's has a thing for hot, badass chicks who use sniper rifles. That has more of a pattern there than the feet shit. But yeah. No, I mean, it's a funny meme. It's just like, I get upset because people actually think that it's not a meme, that he genuinely has a thing for it. I'm like, you're wrong. It's one thing to make a funny joke. It's another thing to spread misinformation and say some shit that literally is not true. And if I thought he had a foot fetish, I would say so. Okay? Cool. I genuinely don't think he does. Just trying to rearrange the weapons a little bit. Get the maximum amount of space in the inventory that I can. But yeah, if you're talking about Resident Evil and you're talking about bare minimum, sorry, getting back to what you were saying. It depends on what you're looking for. If you want to look into the bare minimum to play 9, I would suggest playing RE2 Remake, RE4 Remake, and 7 or 8. I would say at least 7. Because they're basically treating 9 like the third game in the Leon trilogy. They're basically treating it like the new Leon trilogy 2, 4, and 9. And his gameplay in 9 is a direct evolution of this. And then Grace's gameplay is meant to be like Resident Evil 7 and 8. So if you're going to fully appreciate Grace's gameplay, then you should at least play some of 7. And 7 is just a great Resident Evil game in general. It's one of my favorites. Like in my top 5. So if you need to distill it down to what you should play before RE9, you should do 7, 2 Remake, 4 Remake. And that will give you what you need. You might miss some references, but you're going to have all of Leon's story, which obviously this is a big thing about his story and coming full circle. And you're going to have a basic understanding for the gameplay of 7. Because her gameplay deliberately calls, to 7 and 8. And 7 is standalone. Like I said, you don't need to play any of the other Resident Evil games to play 7. There are some slight references, but 7 was meant to bring the series back from the dead, so you could just jump into 7. You don't need to have played any other Resident Evil games, period, to play 7. 8 is different, though, because it directly continues from 7 with Ethan. That's why I would say 7, although you could still get the vibe with 8. But plot-wise, I don't think that 9 is connected to 7 and 8. So far as I know. Obviously, I don't know the whole plot. I have to see. But it's a new character. You're not Ethan. You're not his daughter, Rosemary. the new character is a new character, Grace. She doesn't seem related to 7 or 8 in any way. So you just play 7 so you get a general feeling for the gameplay, because her gameplay is directly based from that. And while you can play 9 in either perspective, Leon and Grace can be first or third person, the developers have said they built Grace with first person in mind and Leon with third person in mind. But if you don't want to get a feel for 7, I'd say you could even skip that, get it down to 2 games, just 2 remake and 4 remake it. Call it a day. Oh, that's right, I was doing puzzle. Here we go. I would... Oh, fuck. But if you can stomach it, I would recommend that you try playing the original games. 9 is looking really great, I agree. God, the lighting in this game can be sick. I would recommend that you at least try the original games. Because unlike a lot of game series that are super old, all of Resident Evil now, all of the main Resident Evil series is available on PS5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the remakes of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, literally, you can play through every single Resident Evil game except for spin-offs on PS5 now. And there's not that many old series where you can say all the main games are on one platform. That's been, like, a series that's been around that long. Like Tomb Raider, half the Tomb Raider games you can't play now. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, Resident Evil 1 is free for you, too. So is 3, Alex. All 3 of the original Resident Evil PS1 games are part of the PS Classic lineup. You can play them on PS Plus. So you can literally just play the first 3 right now. No money down.
So that's a request done and dusted.
And that's another reason why I would say you should at least try them out. Because you can try the first 3 OG Resident Evil games, Alex, for free. None of them do.
Good stuff, stranger. Ooh.
Unfortunately, none of the classic originals do. I don't know why.
You buy. Come back anytime.
But at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta do it for the experience. But what I'm saying is, you could try them for no money down. So it's not like I'm saying you're in a unique position where you can just play them and try them. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the time, you wouldn't want to try getting... For a lot of game series, Alex, that are not readily available, there's a certain level of not sureness, a detachment that stops a lot of people from getting into it, because a lot of these older game series are hard to track down. And then they're quite expensive to track down. So if you're somebody, let's say, you're somebody who has never played... I'm trying to think of a series. Let's say you're somebody who has never played the classic Resident Evil games before they were added to the PlayStation Store. You're not going to track down a PS1 and a copy of them for a shit ton of money for a game that you've never played, that you have no fondness for. And that is the problem with a lot of retro games. Because I'm sure a lot of these people would like these games. A lot of these youngins would like these games.
Ashley.
Got it.
If they had a chance to play them, but they're just not going to track down a super old system, pay hundreds of dollars for it, track down a copy of the game, which also is expensive, for a game they've never played. Yeah, but if they, I'm sure a lot of these people, while they wouldn't be willing to put all that effort in, Alex, for a game they never played, I'm sure if they did actually play the games, they would like them. So that's why it's so crucial if you want to keep getting newcomers into your game to keep the games readily available. So, you know, like, there's a lot of game series that, like, I could suggest to you, or somebody else, that I probably wouldn't. Because while I love the game series, it would be a fucking bitch for them to obtain a valid legal copy. Like Silent Hill. I could not, in good conscience, recommend any of the classic games to a newcomer. Like, legit copies. Because they would have to track down the system, they would have to spend an ungodly amount of money, and they may not even like it. And I would be crushed if I did that. So it's very vital, if you want new people to keep getting into the games, that you keep them preserved and readily available. And that's where, that's what's so great about Resident Evil, is most of the Resident Evil games were preserved and had modern versions, but the original games, 1, 2, and 3, were not. Yeah. The original Resident Evil games were not. For the longest time. You could play 1, 2, and 3 remake, but you couldn't play the original. And I was so excited when last year they added 1, 2, and 3 remake to PS1 Classics. Because that literally, like I said, now means that every single mainline Resident Evil game and the remakes is all available on one system, PS5. And Capcom also didn't recharge. They didn't recharge for any of them, which I really appreciate. I already owned the games on PSN on PS3, so I got all of them for free when they brought them. So they could have been like Nintendo and charged again, and they didn't, so... Actually, Sony's been really good about that. If you owned a PS1 Classic or a PS2 game on PS3 and it became available on PS4 or 5, you usually got the upgrade for free. Which they didn't have to do. They could have been like, hey, we released that 10 years ago, fuck you, buy it again. But they're the most greedy game company, Alex, remember. Not Nintendo. Sony. So literally, when they brought all three of them, I got them for free. And I was excited about that. And that's ultimately what started this whole series. Because I could never do a whole playthrough of the Resident Evil series on a stream. Because there's always games missing. Main games missing. That's why I started doing the series, replaying them all, because for the first time I could. I could play the Resident Evil 1, but not the original. I could, you know. Yeah, it was about September of last year that this started. Right, or maybe it was June, July, whenever they brought 2 and 3. One was already on the service. It was one of the first games they added. But they brought 2 and 3 at the same time. And that's when I decided to do this, because for the first time on one system, the first time it's ever happened, the whole series, main series, there's a bunch of spin-offs of Resident Evil that I don't care about, that are not even that great. But the whole main series, 1 through 8, and the remakes was available on one system. And I thought, well, then what better way to take advantage of them all being available on one system than to play them all on one system and do it start to finish. Yeah, I agree. That's so weird that they haven't done that. It really pisses me off. Like, I can understand Tools of Destruction, you know, Quest for Booty, all that. Those are PS3 games that would take some doing. You know what I mean? There's not native emulation for PS3 on PS5 and 4. So I can understand why they do that. They'd have to do a full remaster to make that a goal. But literally, Ratchet & Clank 1, 2, 3, and 4, fucking, you know, and Size Matters had a PS2 version. So 5 Ratchet & Clank games could just be emulated with PS2 right now. I can understand why they haven't added, like, the PS3 games. Where the fuck is the PS2 Ratchet & Clank games? And Sony owns them. They own the franchise, and they own Insomniac. So it's not like there's some kind of rights bullshit. God, this is annoying. Fucking rats. You know, I'm a fan. Or do you mean to say not a fan? I don't dislike it, Alex. It's just not my favorite. Okay, because I like the balance of platforming and combat. Okay? Ratchet & Clank was always equal parts shooter and equal parts platformer. I like me a good 3D platformer.
Okay.
Now, Deadlocked has the best shooting. It has some of the best shooting in the franchise. There's some people who say it still has the best shooting in the franchise. And at the time, it was by far and away the best shooting.
Come on.
So as a shooter, it's great, but it literally completely removes any exploration or really any platforming. It's basically missions that are like linear gauntlets that you go through. So I don't hate... Deadlocked at all. As a shooter, it's fucking phenomenal. But they completely remove all the platforming, all of it, all the exploration. So it's almost like a linear, like a set of waves, like an obstacle course. And I'm not a fan of that. And they also separate Clank from Ratchet. You only talk to Ratchet or Clank on comms.
Deserves payment in kind. Good luck to you, stranger. Got a selection of
So
things on
they literally
sale.
took the Clank out of the Ratchet and Clank game.
There's some things money can't buy. Try that on for size. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. Little bit goes a long way. You anything else I can help you with? Don't get...
I like Cracking Time a lot. I'm actually probably going to start streaming the whole series. Because now with me having the capture card for PS3, the capture setup method, I wouldn't say capture card, I already have a capture card, but me having the setup, I can now do the whole series. I can emulate I can play the HD collection version of 1, 2, 3 and Deadlocked, and then I can do the rest on native PS3. So I technically can stream the whole series. I mean to. Same with God of War. I know they're remaking the first 3 God of War games, but I would actually say we're probably not going to get that for 3 or 4 years. Maybe? I don't know, because they literally said it's early in development. And they didn't even show a single bit of gameplay, so I'm going to say it's at least 2 years out. So, as excited as I am for God of War Trilogy Remade, which I think will be fucking sick, we're not getting that anytime soon. So it's not going to stop me from playing the original games in the meantime.
Self-kill, welcome.
Yeah, no, I will for sure.
Won't do you much good. A deal well struck. Got us come.
Quick anxiety, man.
Welcome.
Well, I already have the platinum for God of War 3 on PS3, but I don't have it on PS4, even though I have it on PS4. Well, you know, the PS4 version on PS5. So I'll probably, once I get done playing the classic games like 1, 2, Chains of Olympus, Go Sparta, I'll just play God of War 3 on PS4 and get the platinum trophy for that again. Yeah, it's like I said, I had the platinum on the original version.
Welcome. Stranger. Ooh, I'll pay a pick-em.
And that's all I really need for right now. I'll hold on to that. And being.
Welcome. Knife needs care every once in a while.
It was, yeah.
Could be the difference between life and death. Stocking up while you can. Wise. Will that be done? Get yourself killed now.
Thanks. Leon! Look.
That the lift?
If we could do something about this wall.
A wrecking ball.
I got this.
You're serious?
See, people bitched about Ashley being too annoying in the original game, so they actually added a bunch of scenes like this where it actually helps you. Which, once again, I appreciate.
Is this what they teach kids in school these days?
Have you never heard of driver's ed? Get back.
Ow!
Leave our friends to me.
I hate bugs.
Shit. Shit. Shit.
If you all want to beat that bad, I'm happy to oblige.
Oh, shit. Oh, hold on, come on. Oh, I can't make up. Fuck. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. I need to kite these motherfuckers.
These people don't learn.
Oh, I died. Wow. He got me in the corner. Oh, well. Alright, now you pissed me off.
Skills.
Skills. And her attitude changes throughout the game. In the original game, and at the start of this, she's real timid. She gets a lot braver as this game progresses. And just her general dialogue, like, Land's like, hey, could you do this? And she's like, what, you mean me? To, got it. And she even makes a joke about classic Resident Evil. There's a part, you missed it because you weren't here yet, but there's a part, you know, in the original Resident Evil where it's like, you, Jill, the master of unlocking. And it became, you know, a meme for the series because of the bad English. There's a part where you have Ashley hoist over a door, and she opens it and she's like, I'm like the master of unlocking. And it was a fun little tongue-in-cheek reference to the original games.
A wrecking ball.
¡Les he encontrado!
Shit. Yeah. Because, well, when they came out, dude, when they first came out, man, you gotta understand. The voice acting in games was very new. So not only did they not have any idea how to do good voice acting in games, but they were primarily Japanese developer that had no Western experience trying to coach Western people that couldn't really act how to act. So you had got some hilariously cringe dialogue, but it's so bad it's good. Like, Jill tries to go back outside. Yeah, that's what I mean. It is 100%. Because I would say the voice acting in Resident Evil now is great. It'd be a problem if they continue to suck, but now their voice acting is fantastic, so... Shit.
Want to beat that bad, I'm happy to oblige.
Now I'm gonna make my life a lot easier. Oh, you'll see. Yeah. Yeah, it's usually really cheap.
These people don't learn.
Here we go.
Here you go.
I would honestly say I wouldn't do that. They're not particularly stable games on PC, the platform they're made for. You're just asking for it to not work at that point. I mean, maybe just for the shits and giggles, I agree, but yeah. Shit. Come on. Get out of the fucking corner, dog. God, the gameplay for this is so fucking smooth. Wow! Oh no, my bad.
Don't leave me. Did you
And you know what's hilarious?
That was awesome.
I think you might have found your calling.
The voice actress for Ashley in the original game. Yeah. The voice actress for Ashley in the original game is the same chick who plays Sandy on SpongeBob. Yeah, you wouldn't know if I told you, though. Unless I told you. She doesn't sound like she's playing Sandy. She's actually been in a lot of other stuff besides SpongeBob, you know what I mean? She's just a very talented actress, but it's still kind of funny to think about it. Especially because when you actually take a second to think about it, Alex, Sandy's one of the most badass characters in SpongeBob. Handily whooping Patrick and SpongeBob's ass. And on Kung Fu, she's like one of the most, like, you don't fuck with characters, so it's like, she's playing characters on two different ends of the spectrum. So if nothing else, you can appreciate the range. Yeah. And there's been a lot of times where SpongeBob and Patrick will be in danger, and then she just whoops ass and saves them. Whereas Ashley is pretty much helpless. So being able to play a super tough character and a super weak character believably around the same time, is actually pretty impressive.
You know, I was thinking, we work well together, don't we?
I guess so.
Right? Maybe someday I'll become an agent like you. What do you think? We could protect the U.S. from any and all threats.
Is that right? Well, either way, first we have to make it out of here.
You're no fun.
Also, people are fucking stupid. Because they said they made her ugly in the remake. There are actually some people who took a look at her and said she's ugly. Man, get the fuck out of here. Was she the hottest fucking girl who ever lived? No, but like, dude, if you look at that and you think ugly, I don't know what to tell you, man. And that's how fucking shitty people can be. Right? It's funny.
This must be what Luis was talking about.
And this right here, what you're about to see, is the where all the Las Plagas comes from, the amber. This wasn't in the original game either. They said it came from the amber, but you didn't actually see it. They actually show you the amber in the remake. Which, I mean, it's a small thing. It's not like it changes the game, but it's really cool. Basically see what caused all this bullshit.
Prostrate yourself. This is our holy body. Our divine providence ensue. Such profound lesson wrong.
God, I never please forgive me.
Prosper.
I never please forgive me.
Welcome, my children. I am Osman Sattler, the speaker for our Lord.
Tell someone who gives a shit.
Foolish lambs, why do you deny grace? Now, abandon your body. Obey. Obey the voice of our Lord.
See, he can control all the people who are infected. And as Leon and Ashley both have the Plagueis in them, and it starts to affect them more and more throughout the game. And they talk about that a little bit in the original game, but they really show the effect it starts to have on Leon. Here, this scene was in the original game.
Sweet child, do not resist. Pray forgive these wicked sinners. My faithful disciples shall deliver to you your penance. Now, child, you need not be afraid. Submit your body and release yourself from fear.
That also goes to show you how badass Leon is, though. Because, like, yeah, he could regenerate, right? But it also goes to show you how badass Leon is. Because literally, I mean, he could regenerate, which is cool. But literally, before he even had his chance to say anything, Leon literally popped him in the fucking eye. That would have been lights out for anyone else. And they add a lot of scenes to the remake. Showing the effect it has on them.
Sattler, you bastard.
I hear the clockwork statue. Each chapter has it. It's like one of the game's main collectibles. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's cool. You're here now. You're going to get to see the shit with Krauser. Shit with Krauser's fucking amazing. He's like, he taught Leon all his knife shit. And helped make him into the agent he is today. After Leon left Raccoon City, he was basically forced to join the secret agency. Working under the presidency. And Krauser was his mentor. And taught him all the cool knife shit he's doing. But Krauser got fucked over by the U.S. government. They actually stood by and let all of his team die. And that's why he's doing this. But he still, despite hating the government, has a lot of affection for Leon. And wants Leon to be the one to take him out and kill him. And the fight with Krauser in the original game was already amazing. But they really took it up a notch in this one. All the dog tags from all the people that died. Operation Javier. Few people have heard the name, even within the highest ranks of the U.S. government. And little wonder, too, the operation was not made public. It was conducted in secret and then buried. The reason being, it was too inhumane. It all started back in 2002 when a small unit of U.S. Special Forces was sent to infiltrate an area of South America. Their mission was to eradicate the drug cartels. The whole operation took several years to prepare for, and only the most elite soldiers were selected to participate. I don't know if the mission was a failure or not, but I do know the fate of those elite soldiers once it was over. Apparently, the entire unit was wiped out except for the commanding officer, Major Krauser, and not by the cartels, but by the U.S. It shouldn't have been difficult to extract a single-stranded unit. All it would have taken was a single helicopter, but for some reason, the military didn't act. Rumors say the decision was the outcome of a power struggle among the top brass. Others say it was a directive from the former president himself, but we may never know the truth since it was all covered up. But I'm certain of one thing. The U.S. government let those people die, brave young people who dedicated their lives to protect their country. I want to expose this crime, not because it's my responsibility as a reporter, but because it's my duty as a fellow American. Yeah, Note 1. This document contains Operation Javier and was written by an American journalist named Bop Bop. Note 2. This article will never be published. It has already been taken care of. And so Krauser is a bit of a tragic villain. Literally, like a super elite dude. Trained people, worked for the government, and then his own people left him out to fucking die. See, he has a picture of Leon from RE2. I'm waiting. And another thing this game did, the original game, this backstory came from a spinoff. Dark Side Chronicles. It's like a rail shooter. So, in the original Resident Evil 4, they alluded to his past with Leon and what happened, but they never told you in detail. And it was kind of lame that you had to go to some supplementary source, supplementary material for what was a major plot point of that game. So I really appreciate them actually having a attempt to actually tell you in the actual game what the fuck happened. It's, you know, like having extended lore is one thing, but like literally like a massive point of his character being in a different game is bullshit. So just adding this tent and explaining to you what happened so you know the context in the game is a really smart move. Once again, like I said, smart decisions across the board. Why I love this game so much. This remake. So you can appreciate his story arc a lot better than if you had to track down some supplementary material after the fact.
You've done well to make it this far, rookie. I've prepared a battlefield up ahead just for us soldiers. Watered by the blood of generations, hundreds of years. It's the perfect place to put an end to what happened 2 years ago.
And in the original game, him and Leon just worked together. They had a relationship, but they weren't insanely close. They were just a partner occasionally. He's a lot more important to Leon. He's basically his mentor, like his dad figure. And, see, dude, the atmosphere is fucking perfect. This ancient ruin, look alive. Fucking blood, dude, man, I love this game. And in particular, after the end of the boss fight with Krauser, when you finally kill Krauser, it has one of the best story scenes in the entire series. And is the reason why Nick Apostolades, the actor for the Leon, should have gotten an award. He does such incredible acting. You'll see what I mean. It's probably one of my favorite story moments in the entire series. And so you've been on this high-tech island, and then you come into these old ruins where you're fighting Krauser. And before you even get to the final, like, fuck you fight with Krauser, you have, like, this guerrilla warfare game with him fucking hit and running you. This whole boss fight and the thing leading up to it is peak fucking Resident Evil.
Welcome. Ooh, what you... Good luck to you, stranger. Come back anytime.
And they made it even better in the remake. But, I mean, it was already considered to be one of the best parts of RE4. And they had this kick-ass knife fight that you missed. And, I mean, you have, like, an entire knife fight. And that knife fight, by the way, is the reason why you get all the cool knife shit. Because the original Resident Evil 4, Alex, just like God of War came out the same year, had QTEs, a lot of QTEs, quick time events where you pop a button on screen. And so it was an awesome knife fight in the original game where Krauser and Leon are sitting there fighting with knives. But it was a cutscene. And the main change that they made for the remake was to remove all quick time events. And but they didn't want to get rid of any gameplay. They just wanted to do it without the QuickTime events. So they were determined, to take the knife fight between Leon and Krauser and make it an actual gameplay sequence and not a cutscene, because it's an iconic part of the game. It's like it's a lot of people's favorite scene in RE4. And so they made all these knife mechanics, the parries, the blocks, the stabs, the jumping over shit that you see in the rest of the game for that fight. They're like, hey, why do we stop there? Why don't we just put this through the rest of the game? So, like, the knife fight was the first thing they started working on for this remake. Because they were like, that's going to be the biggest challenge. How do we take this incredibly choreographed knife fight that's a cutscene where it's like this intricate, dance and make it a gameplay? And originally you had the knife fight on the island, but they pushed it up a little bit in the remake, and it's fucking awesome. They actually worked with like people in the army for knife tactics. So you actually see fucking Leon sitting there tapping and touching blades and fighting. Like, if you've ever seen like Navy SEALs and Marines sit there and fight with knives, it's a lot like that, with them fucking tapping each other and flipping over each other. It's fucking awesome. And then you get into an actual fight where it's literally you and him knife fighting, countering, jumping over each other. It's fucking sick. just because they didn't want to take the easy route and either turn it into a full cutscene or remove it from the game. And well, that wound up being pivotal even for RE9, because basically, I mean, it's a hatchet, but all the shit that Leon does in RE9 with the hatchet, the blocks, the parries and shit, all comes from here. They like took the knife shit and ran with it. And here, you get to see that whole battle, along with the fact that he's like, yeah, let's see, this whole boss fight is amazing. And it's not too often that you fight like a humanoid enemy in Resident Evil. That actually, like, Krauser has a bow and arrow, he lays traps, throws flash grenades at you, runs out in and out of cover, and like guerrilla warfare's your shit. So you're literally going back and forth having like mini boss battles throughout this fucking ruins before you get down to the big boss battle at the top. It was awesome then, and it's even more awesome now. But they made the story a lot better, because in the original story, in the original RE4, Krauser had a good voice actor, his scenes were cool, but he had no backstory. Remember, they put it in another fucking game. And not only do they give you the necessary context for the backstory, but they give him a lot more scenes with Leon in this remake. So when you kill Krauser, it has a lot more weight to it than just some guy. And you get to see, I think, probably the most emotional I think you will ever see Leon in any of these games. Because Leon is used to killing people. He's not used to killing people that he's friends with, and especially having to kill somebody that's not like a zombie. He's basically having to kill his mentor. And you can literally see on his face how conflicted he is. And there's this one moment where, like, literally he stands up after he kills Krauser, and I'm not even doing it justice, but, like, you see his lip quiver, like he's holding back tears. I'm not doing it justice, but it actually is like, wow. And the actor for Nick, who did all the motion capture, so every scene he had to get suited up and did, he manages to convey like 15 different emotions without saying a single fucking thing. Should have gotten an award for that shit. Because literally, it's like, man, I'm happy I killed him because I'm alive, but I just killed my friend, my mentor. You have to see it, it's cool. This whole thing is fucking sick. And if there was a part that I would definitely want you to be here for, it's this part. This is one of the best parts of the whole series.
I've been waiting for you, rookie. Oh, worried about the girl, is that it? That's just like you. You always had poor judgment. But if you think I'm gonna let you out of here alive, you're even more naive than I thought. You can't save her. You can't save anyone.
Give it up, Krauser. Being a lackey for these maniacs won't bring your men back. And what the hell for? Revenge on the government? You think they would want that?
Revenge. You think I'm doing all this for revenge?
Isn't that what this is all about?
See, in that jungle, I had a revelation. The most important thing in this world is pure, unadulterated power. Most Illuminados have given me that.
You know, you were always an asshole. But at least you had some kind of code. Some honor. Look at you now.
Enough reminiscing. Move out and draw fire, soldier! Better run, rookie!
Not like I have a choice.
Slow. What's wrong? Show no mercy! Where's your instinct? You're slow. So goddamn weak. Make the first move. What was that? I don't remember teaching you like that.
You did teach me never to match the enemy's pace.
See the fucking knife. That's what I'm saying. Fucking sitting there doing flips over here, fucking holding the button, just struggling, fucking pull the knife out of his hand, man. Like, the knife mechanics in this game are fucking great, but holy shit, did this battle really show how good the gameplay in this remake is. And like I said, remember, none of this was in the original Resident Evil 4, Alex. It was just simple knife. You know, other than using it in the cutscene, it was just you pull it out and you could slash some barrels. And instead, they took the fucking knife and turned it into a game changer. Like, it's literally hard to imagine. It's hard to go back to playing Resident Evil 4 without all the cool knife shit.
The jungle. You barely made it out alive.
Go with your gut, don't think. That was the first thing you taught me. He's turned this place into one big trap. I can't fight him on his terms.
And then he's sitting there oh. See? See, he literally chases your ass through. Can pop up, lay traps for you. It's just this intense fucking one-on-one guerrilla warfare against this dude. I mean, this is literally some of the best shit in the whole fucking series.